Okay, now this much result we have gotten. So as I told you that whenever constructor is being created, that moment some rules we need to follow. What is that constructor? I told you that constructor is a special method to initialize the object and to update the instance variables. Okay, as I told that it will allocate the memory for the object in the heap memory in RAM, and its object reference will be reference will be stored in where? Stored in stack memory. Stack memory. Stack memory of RAM. Both heap and random means random access memory. Okay. Both heap and stack memory will be created in RAM. So object reference stored in stack memory of RAM as a reference variable. In a reference variable. In a reference variable. So in that reference variable object address will be stored in a reference variable. Object address is what? Memory address. Okay, object address means memory address will be stored object memory address will be stored in a reference variable stack memory, in a stack memory of RAM, in a reference variable object memory address will be stored. Okay, so in C it is called pointers. Pointers are what? They are the variables which store the memory address as a memory address in a variable. Okay, pointers in C they are called. So here constructor, as I told you that some rules whenever we want to create the constructor, some rules we need to follow. One is that rules to create the constructor. One is the rules for no return type. No return type means constructor never be written. Return type means whenever you are creating the normally word public, static, these keywords we will use void. Okay, void. Okay, so constructor never be return type. So return type means void keyword we never be used along with this. Okay, static keyword, see if I keep this here, illegal modifier for the constructor in type constructor. Here suppose if you want to declare any constructor, illegal modifier, I told you that modifier about access modifiers, public, there are 4 types of access modifiers in Java. That is what? Public, private, okay, and protected, default. 4 types of access modifiers in Java. That is what? Public, default, private and protected. These access modifiers will be used to define the access level of the classes, methods. Okay, if class is declared a public keyword means its access level is public, means this class and its attributes and methods will be can be accessed outside of the class in other class also. So that is called public. So same here, static is illegal here, illegal modifier. So remove this. Here only for the constructor we can use word public, protected, private. Okay, this is okay. I can use protected also. This constructor can be protected. Okay, no issue. I can use it as a private, there is no any issue. compiler indicate you a lot, okay, it will indicate you a lot to write the coding, okay, there is if you do anything. So now what is word, we need to keep one public keyword, and it is not this method, it is, I told you that this is a special method, it never be a return type, so never be void, okay, nor be any primitive data type int. Primitive, what is the primitive data type? If void I have used it in a method, means what this it will not return anything. If I use any primitive data type, means this method will return, it is return type method, it will return integer. If I put string here, so it returns string. But while declaring of any that is what your constructor, no any primitive data type, okay, used here, and no any void keyword will be used. One rule is that no return type, okay. Next is what constructor, one more rule is that, so always the constructor name must be equal to your class name, okay, that is one more important rule, okay. And constructor can be overloaded, as we have discussed in that. And constructor, what is the another rule of the constructor, it will, as I told you, that it update the instance variables. Let us see how it update the instance variables. See, suppose here one int x is declared, I have declared with this, okay, int x, it is what, now it becomes what, a variable, class variable. Now simply you can call it as a class variable, okay, because class variable, what, it is declared in a class, it is declared in a class. So its value I have not assigned anything, so its default value is equal to what, if you want to see this, you need to, you created one object here, na? So you come down, if you copy this one, you paste, here, you simply you write value of what, object dot x, okay. Now it is what, now what if, now this is a class variable I have declared as class variable. Now it is giving me error, why? Because now see what happened, if I compile this code, so value is equal to 0, value is equal to 0 means what, this, see the x, this instance this variable I have declared as a class variable, means with the static keyword, okay. If I remove this class static keyword, so I can't access this as a class variable, so it will give error, cannot make static reference, because now you are calling word, once this is, now you have declared like this, it is instance variable, non-static field, means public field. So if you want to access this as a variable, you need to declare it as a static, okay. So now what happened, by this I am getting this much result, value is equal to 0. So this is to be updated by whom, this value, I have not passed any value here. If you want to access this as a public variable, means instance variable, you need to call this with object obj dot, okay. Now means if you remove the static keyword, it is not a class variable, you are accessing with the object, okay, object, okay, no parameter constructor, this is no parameter, okay. You have either the object one, otherwise object one is for 2 parameter constructor, this is the object one